It's a second date update from Chris in Manhattan Beach. Dear Ryan and Sissany, I thought our first date was going well. We ordered sushi, and when the food arrived, we started eating. She got up and left. Literally said, "Thank you for a lovely evening, but I have an emergency I need to tend to." I had no idea what was happening. She said she would explain later. I checked in on her a couple days later, and she said, yes, everything's good. She even suggested maybe we go out again. But now when I ask her out, she says she's busy. I mean, what kind of complicated game, what league is she playing in?
Yeah, this is not so good.
It's just too complicated. Chris, I know the story, and it's not, I mean, okay, she had an emergency. First of all, she was there, she got up and left, which is weird. She had an emergency, okay, and then she says to you she would go out again, okay, and then you ask her out and she's blowing you off, says she's too busy. I don't know what game she's playing, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I can't seem to get to the bottom of any of it.
Well, that's why we're here, Chris. Now, what was the emergency? Do you know?
I have no idea. Her phone went off. You know, it was flashing, you know, like a
crazy thing.
A traffic light, and she answered it, and, you know, then she said she had some kind of emergency, and I got to go, and out the door she went.
All right. Well,
so I don't want to
say
this,
anything,
but I've done this before on a date.
Why?
Because if it's a blind date and I have no idea what this guy's going to be like, I want to have an out just in case. So I'd have a friend call, and if I'm having a good time, I just ignore it and whatever. But if it's really terrible, I'll look at my phone and be like, oh, it's an emergency.
Okay, and you don't think that we can't see right through that?
No.
I mean, that is so obvious and rude.
It's not rude.
It is rude.
Does she have kids?
Not that I know of. You know, it's kind of, she's kind of mysterious. So I can't think of any reason why. I mean, we had a great time. I was a gentleman. So, I mean, I didn't do anything strange that would set off some kind of red flag to run out the door. So I don't know, guys.
All right, so we're going to call her. Bro, we're going to call her. You're going to hear it. I'm going to put her on the air and see if we can find out.
All right, that'd be great.
We'll come back with it. Guy named Chris meets Tara, takes her out. In the middle of the date, she gets up, she bails. Has an emergency. Mm-hmm. They talk later. A couple days he checks in. Everything okay? Yeah, it's all fine. And she even suggested going out again. So he asked her out again, and she says, I'm too busy. I mean, that is seesaw. I don't like it. So, Chris, we're going to call her, and let's find out what happened. Why first of all, why she left, and then why she said, let's go out again, and then keeps blowing you off, okay?
Yeah, I'd love to know.
All right, be quiet. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is Tara there, please?
This is she.
Well, hi, Tara. How are you? It's Ryan Seacrest calling on Kiss FM this morning.
Hi there.
Hi there. Your voice being broadcast. Need you to know that.
Okay.
All right. So we know about Chris, and you guys went out on a date. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then you had to get up and leave. You had an emergency. What happened?
Oh, yeah, I did. He's really nice. I did have to go. I got up and left. I felt really badly, but...
Well, why did you get up and leave?
Well, to be honest, look, I've been seeing a married man, and that's who the text was from. And I'm not going to say who it is, but I went to see him, and, I'm not proud of it. I'm trying to break it off, but, I really like Chris, but I have to get out of this thing, and
right.
I'm having a hard time.
So you're single.
The text was from, and I'm not going to say who it is, but I went to see him, and, I'm not proud of it. I'm trying to break it off, but, I really like Chris, but I have to get out of this thing, and
right.
I'm having a hard time.
So you're single, dating a married man, and dating Chris, who is single.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's hysterical. But you then say to Chris, everything's fine, and you'd like to go out again, and then you blow off. Why?
Well, because I want to break this off with this guy I've been seeing. It's just been really hard.
But break it off. Break it off. It's not
been
funny.
really difficult. I mean, I like him. I like him a lot, And this relationship has been going on a long time, but so it's hard for me to say goodbye. But
Tara,
I am trying to break it off.
I would like to tell you that Chris is on the line listening to all this. Chris, what's your reaction?
Wow, I can't believe she just, up and ran out on our first date to see some, obviously some kind of scummy man who could care less about any woman.
That's not it. He's not scummy. Complicated. It's very complicated.
Well, let me. Do you mind? I'm just since I was invited to this party, I'm an uncomplicated. Okay. Chris, you don't need to be going out with Tara.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She's dating a married man. She's lying to you. She's running around in secrecy. Chris, I don't know how long you think you're going to live, but I was looking at an article about life expectancy, and life is short, bro. We don't need Tara in our life to cause problems because she's doing it to another guy. She could do it to you. And Tara, I mean this with all due respect. Maybe you're falling in love with the married guy, but that's home wrecking. And Chris is a decent guy, kind of just wanting some honesty. Let's be transparent. But Chris, lose her number.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, if we're starting off on a lie already, then it's just not going to work. No way.
And I don't want you, Chris, dating and marrying somebody that's decided to just date a married man.
Yeah, I won't be any different, right?
I think here's the good news, Tara. You don't have to worry about lying to Chris anymore. You can focus on your married man. We appreciate you.
Well, thanks.
All right. Good luck.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Chris, that's the kind of person you don't want to start with.
Yeah, no.
Maybe she's in love with the guy. She can't control her feelings. Mm-hmm. But the guy's got a wife. And the one thing we do know about you, Chris, is that you're not in love with her yet. So you don't have to worry about emotions like that yet. Mm-hmm. So we call this an about face, an AF.
Yeah, I totally appreciate that because I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I don't want someone like that.
Be careful, by the way, with your heart out there.
Mm-hmm. Right? Women's protection can be God's.
I absolutely will. Thank you.
Okay, I want to finish that. What is it?
Women's rejection is God's protection.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, good luck.
Thank you.
Here's my question with people that are dating married men or women. If I found out somebody was married, even if I was on a fifth date, if it was the fifth date, sixth date, I'd say bye. I don't understand how they just keep on going.
For some people, it works, or there's no commitment, or they're being promised that they're going to, leave their spouse. There's a lot of things, Tanya. We can't just, universally cover it. For you wouldn't deal with it, but for a lot of people, there's a moment. Now, what I didn't like about that is, it's like, I don't condone that she's dating a married man, but don't bring Chris into this and lie to Chris and leave in the middle. Do you know what Chris did? Chris thought of, he's probably spent 2 days trying to figure out where to take her. Mm-hmm. And then he actually made a phone call and probably booked a table. Mm-hmm. And then he picked her up. Or didn't pick her up. But then they get together and he's going to buy her dinner. So all of that, they're just like, Tara, don't waste a man's time like that. That's just not nice.
It's not nice.